So I only have 1 day remaining for my weekly Quordle challenge, and I figured why not um, why not use that as a learning tool to show the difference between easy and hard modes in Wordle, the New York Times edition. So what happens with Quordle? You're essentially playing the easy mode because you can use any words. You're not limited by the green and yellows, and I'll show you how. So here we go with Quordle, and I have a game clock, and I'm starting it. And with Quordle, I always start off with Minty, Minty, and after Minty, I usually go with Fresh, Fresh, and after Fresh, I go with Pluck, Pluck. And so what you can see here is that I'm trying to eliminate as many letters in the alphabet or the keyboard down below, as you can see. And by doing so, I am essentially limiting the number of possible words. And after Pluck, I usually go with Board, board, and that eliminates even more letters, um, and then after Board, I will go with usually Waved or Waver. But here's the third one. If you look at the third, I've already got it, Foamy, foamy, and see with these, the green and the yellows, the greens, you don't have to repeat the same greens. Well, you can for Quordle, but I'll show you how it's different in Wordle. Um, so I got foamy, and then I've got the first one it ends with R Y. I think it's going to be hairy. Hairy, hairy. It has to be hairy, of course. And then with the second one, I think it's going to be shade, Shade. It has to be. Um, there we go with shade. And then the fourth one is going to be uh, S. It's probably going to be P, then I, then L, and then T, spill. So, um, and there we go. We got all four. That was a weekly challenge. And now, and that's the easy mode where you could basically use 4 words like Minty, Fresh, Pluck, Board to eliminate the maximum number of letters from the keyboard alphabet, and then look at all the possible words and then figure it out from there and do your guesses. There's really no incentive to go for for guessing the word on your second try or your third. Second would be an eagle if you use the golf lingo. Third would be a birdie. Fourth would be like par. People usually do get it on par, and fifth and sixth would be bogey or double bogeys. But that's the easy mode. And now if we go with Wordle, and I play Wordle using the hard mode. I have a 114-day streak playing the hard mode. And so when I play this using the hard mode, I always use least as my starter. Um, there have been a lot of Wordle articles, and basically they all agree that least is the most efficient starter. With when you use least, it essentially eliminates the maximum number of possible words, uh, and so you have a much better chance of getting it right on your second, third, and fourth. So I'm going to go with least, and I'm going to start the game clock. Press enter. Oh wow, look at that. Today least was like LEA. I got the green LEA. So now, since it's the hard mode, I have to use LEA. That's how it works. If I try to use something else, it won't work. So if I try to use let's say WHILE, and I press enter, it'll say first letter must be L. So I have to use LEA, and now I can use any of the other two. So with the hard mode, you cannot eliminate uh, the maximum number of letters in your second and third and fourth guesses. You only have you have to try and guess the actual solution on your second or your third or your fourth. So there's a lot of it incentivizes you to get an eagle or a birdie or a par. So here I'm going to think, okay, LEA. So what are the possible words that can start with LEA and then it could end? Most likely, I think it's going to be R and N, learn. um, and it's so appropriate because I'm trying to make this video to show some people in these groups that I belong to what's the difference between the hard mode and the easy mode in Wordle. So let's try learn. Hopefully, I'll get this eagle. If not, we'll see. Well, it's not learn. Yeah, that's usually how it happens. When you play Wordle, you think you're going to get it right on your second, and you don't. So it's not learn. And but with the easy mode, by now you could have eliminated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 letters. But so far, playing the hard mode, I have only eliminated LEA and then those four. So that's about 7 letters. So there's still a lot of possible words remaining. And so let's go with LEA. um, let's go with FY, leafy. Now, leafy, I think, with fall, the season and everything, I think that might work. I think I might get a birdie here. If I don't get a birdie, I'm going to be disappointed. But again, when you play hard mode, you should try go with the most common endings. So endings with Y's or endings with N's and stuff like that. So let's try leafy. I got the Y, but it's not leafy. So I'm gonna get a par here. LE. I think it could be leaky, and oh, it could be uh LEA. No, I think K is about the only possible letter left here. Oh, it could be PY. Leapy. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that might be too. But I'll always go with alphabetical. Usually, I'll go with leaky. So we'll go leaky. Yes, and got that. And uh, because I was explaining, it took me a lot longer today to play this. I could have probably done this in a lot less than 4 minutes. But hopefully, this helps for those of you who are trying to differentiate between playing the hard mode and the easy mode in Wordle. Uh, the hard mode does make you work harder, but you're more likely to get your if you get good at it, you're more likely to um, get it right on your third and fourth guesses. Getting it on your second guess, it's usually very rare. So far, I've played, uh, gosh, for over a year, and I've only gotten about 22 of those eagles. Whereas my pars and my birdies are almost they're close to each other. So hopefully this was helpful, and do let me know if you found it useful, and happy to share this with anyone who needs a little bit of learning for Wordle.